Hello everyone and welcome to Inside Procurement, the SmartCube's video forum examining the concepts and ideas that influence procurement and supply chain executives both today and tomorrow. Today we continue our conversation with part 2 of procurement and M&A. In our last episode, we talked about the overall prevalence of M&A activity, as well as what synergies can be typically expected. We then examined the specific role procurement can and should play when it comes to M&A. As part of this, we got into some detail about the most common and most expected value that it's expected of procurement. Cost synergies, not only discussing this overall, but also pointing the way to specific steps that can be taken to derive these types of synergies. In part 2 today, we'll continue the conversation by looking at an often under-considered aspect of where procurement can deliver impact: revenue enhancement. We'll dive into this topic and then close out our conversation with a 10-point checklist for the CPO to consider when operationalizing what they can do to realize procurement value through the merged entity. All right, so as we alluded to earlier, the aspect that tends to get less attention, certainly compared to cost synergies, is procurement's potential to deliver revenue enhancement. And when you think about it, procurement's potential to enhance revenue makes a lot of sense, considering everything that it touches. In a progressive procurement environment, the function touches on all aspects of spend, from direct to indirect, from the ingredients that go into your favorite shampoo to its packaging and mode of delivery. Procurement has the ability to tangibly contribute to the expected revenue synergies of the new organization by helping to rethink how products get made and the value and efficacy of that product. This can take many forms, from new packaging types that elicit better customer response to faster time to market and alternate delivery mechanisms that ensure quicker conversion and greater stickiness. For procurement practitioners in particular, the specific process steps to get at revenue enhancement include engaging proactively in the new product development processes of the merged company to identify new growth and development opportunities, including how best to service alternate markets, new spaces, etc. Collaborating closely with strategic suppliers to create new or enhanced products for the combined entity. Leveraging patent intelligence around products and processes to enhance product development, manufacturing, and delivery, ultimately impacting revenue and in turn, market share. Of course, procurement doesn't do this all alone, but it's a key contributor and frankly, can even take a leading role in helping identify and operationalize what types of opportunities to capitalize on. The point here is to be expansive in how we think about our contribution as procurement leaders. The short-term synergies and benefits are attractive, they're fruitful, and absolutely necessary. That's what pays the immediate bills. But what we need to also think about is we have to give due consideration to the medium and the longer term, and specifically how procurement can play a proactive early role to drive value via its tangible contributions to revenue enhancement. All right, we've talked about the role of M&A and specifically the role of procurement in terms of driving value. But what practical steps does the CPO need to be aware of and be focused on so that he or she is prepared to take on the challenge? Here's a 10-point checklist to help extract the maximum procurement value from the merger. Number 1, develop a deep understanding of the acquired company's business. What are its strengths? What are its weaknesses? Where does it stand relative to your own organization and your competitors? Number 2, what is the expected strategy of the merged entity? What are the big ticket priorities? Where is the value expected to come from? What are the numbers that you're grappling with? Of course, ideally, you'll have been part of those conversations at one level or another. Number 3, develop deep knowledge of the acquired company's procurement function. How is it structured? What are the prime categories? Is it centralized, decentralized, center-led? How does it operate? Related to this is number 4, develop deep knowledge about the acquired company's supplier base and supply markets. How and where are they sourcing from? What are the strengths and demerits of this approach that is being utilized? What can you learn and take away from it? Number 5, study the best practices adopted by similar other merging entities. What did they do well? What did they not do so well? Where did they succeed and where did they fail? Number 6, determine the go-forward structure for the merged entity. This may be what you've been deploying already, but it may not. Look for the ideal structure based on many factors, including combined headcount, skill sets, roles that are needed, etc. Number 7, define the category management processes for the joint entity. How do you structure and manage these processes? How organized? What types of support systems will be needed? Number 8, plan for rigorous and aggressive spend consolidation and cost savings. Conduct the assessment on the combined entity and analyze where the biggest bang for the buck will be. Related to this is planning for the reconciliation of contracts and conducting related analytics. Where are those optimization opportunities going to be? Number 9, organize and plan the strategic sourcing program to drive immediate, medium, and long-term value. What will you be going after? How and where do you capture maximum value? How will you contribute your fair share of the proposed merger synergies? And number 10, set up and implement a robust value tracking framework. This is the only way to know if your plan is on track, if you're capturing the value, and if it's flowing down to the bottom line. Again, this isn't an exhaustive list, but it covers most of the big ticket items. In addition, not all of this can be done up front. Some of it needs to be done in a clean room environment, while much of this can only happen after day one. Whatever the case, you need to be prepped. You need to be aware of the implications, and you need to be ready to take charge and drive the change that's expected of you as the procurement leader as aggressively and tangibly and successfully as you possibly can. And that means thinking beyond your remit. It means thinking in terms of the overall organization. It means considering the overall corporate strategy and where the business is trying to go and why. Understanding all of those aspects is absolutely critical for the procurement leader to be successful and to drive value not only for the function, but ultimately for the overall entity as it stands. Okay, in conclusion, I hope it's evident that procurement plays a prominent role in ensuring the realization of the targeted synergy savings that CEOs and CFOs are looking for in pursuing M&A activity. The key to success, the key to completing this important journey is for the CPO to stay equipped with the right intelligence, the right knowledge, the right tools, and the right set of capabilities to drive successful merger integration. All right, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you'd like to hear more from us, hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to reach out, email us at info@thesmartcube.com. This was Inside Procurement.